Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Lay. I am a mother of two and we are a family of four on a financial journey of becoming completely debt free, where we plan on paying off over $29,000 in the year of 2023 and taking you guys step by step and payment by payment along the way. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I really hope you enjoy this content and decide to stay. And if you guys are returning, thank you guys so much for your continued support as we navigate through this journey. So, speaking of that large number, that $29,000 that we are planning on paying off in 2023, we are going to be talking about all of our personal family's money mistakes that have costed us thousands. That is right, you guys. We're not perfect, and that's okay. And I love the phrase of doing 1% better, the 1% rule. As long as you try every day to be 1% better, we're going to get there. So I'm going to share with you guys our money mistakes, so hopefully you guys don't have to experience what we experienced. So I'm going to share our top 5 money mistakes that we've experienced, and then kind of just talking why that's happened, what we're doing to avoid that happening in the future. So our first money mistake, as you guys know, I do right at an angle. Once I'm done, I will flip it over. The first thing, which I feel like most people can totally relate to, is keeping up Joneses? Keeping up with the Joneses. So when we became adults, my husband and I, and we got married, it was very easy for us to slip in this feeling of, okay, they have this, so I have to have it, or this is what success looks like. A successful person dresses like this, or they drive this, or they have it. And so it was that unconscious, always trying to be what appeared to be successful. Well, fast forward when we had our daughter, we quickly realized that was not the case. A lot of people that are appearing to be successful appear to have a lot of money. You know, as you guys, I'm sure you guys know as well, that's really not the case. And so that was one of our biggest things. It was always, well, this person has something really nice and I work just as hard, so I deserve it too. It was that I deserve feeling that we quickly realized that that's not where we want our money to go to. That's not what we want out of life. We want our time back. We don't want materialistic things. And so once we decided that really flipped the script for us and changed the way that we viewed money and that we viewed finances, and really kicked us into gear of paying things off to get that time back and really utilize money as a tool. The next thing, I'm actually going to switch my pen because I don't like how the pen is showing up. The next thing that we had that is not budgeting. So again, kind of talking about past experiences, budgeting was always seen as, oh, if you budget, then you're not good with money or you don't have enough. And again, it was really flipping that script of, no, that's not accurate. Budgeting is telling your money where to go. And I remember I was listening to some podcasts, and they had said, you work 40, 80 hours to make the money. The least you do for yourself is you deserve it to yourself to know where it's going. You deserve it to yourself to pick a place for it to go and be intentional about where it's going and what you want to spend your money on. Because it's wonderful to say, oh, my goals are X, Y, and Z, and that's what I value. But when your spending doesn't align to it, it really is an eye-opener on, do you truly value that? Or are you just saying that? So that was one of our things. So we were really big on spending first and then trying to pay ourselves first. So we had to really flip that script and say, nope, we're going to pay ourselves 5%, 10%, or whatever it was, whether that would be in a savings or a retirement account, and really focusing on paying ourselves first, knowing where our money is going, and being intentional about the money that we do bring in. The next thing is not setting is not setting obtainable goals. And I think what's really important to that is, and this is exactly the process that we went through. First, we stopped wanting to live like everybody else. The next thing we decided is, okay, if we don't want to live like everybody else, we have to figure out how we're going to live for us. And then one thing that we started to notice is that we were never setting obtainable goals. A lot of times, and I've noticed this even in the budgeting community now, is you'll see people that have these amazing goals and you think to yourself, if they can do it, I can do it too, but it may not be obtainable for you and your financial situation at the moment. So for us, and I remember this very particularly, we wanted to buy a new car. And I don't know what was in our head that we thought we could save $30,000 in 6 months, but we were really pushing hard to do it. And at this time I was pregnant and it was a hot mess express. We were preparing for a baby. We had just moved into a new apartment. There's a lot going on. And I remember at like month 5, we had a few thousand saved up, but nowhere near the amount that we needed. And I just remember just sitting down and crying because you work really hard and we did save a really good amount, but it was nowhere near what we needed. And at that moment, that's where I realized if we're not setting obtainable goals, then we're not setting ourselves up for success. If we know, for example, if you know you only make $10,000 a year, there's no way that you're able to say, I want to save 9 of it. It really has to be obtainable. Now, I'm also a firm believer in having stretch goals as well, but also obtainable stretch goals. So what we do is anytime that we set a financial goal of whatever that may look like, we also look at our full income status as well and making sure that it aligns, right? So for us, we're trying to pay off $29,000. So we have to see, do we even have that available? Like if we do our budget and we do a bare bones budget, do we even have that to be able to make that goal? Otherwise, we're just going to set ourselves up for failure and then potentially be upset when that goal is not met. The next thing money mistake that we made is not using or utilizing all of our employer benefits that are eligible and available for us to use. That has cost me so much money, you guys. I cannot even fathom the amount that it costed me. So, for example, my company matches my 401k up to 6%. When I had first started, I had no idea about it for maybe like a year and a half, and I missed out on that match. My job also offers an HSA. And if you're unfamiliar with what an HSA is, it's a health savings account, and it helps you pay for your medical expenses like dentist appointment, glasses, which I wear, and doctor's appointments, co-pays, all that good stuff. And I had missed the enrollment period, so I was like, dang, I don't have any qualifying events to use it. But just being aware of what your employer benefits are there any things you could take advantage of? I know our company does a lot of company discounts, and not being afraid to use those coupons or those discounts. That's what they're there for, and really utilizing them and making sure that it is a benefit of that job and that position, and ensuring that you're using those benefits. And the last money mistake that we've made, you guys, is where our money was housed at. Where is the money at? And what I'm talking very particular about that is your emergency fund and your savings accounts. And a lot of people have a lot of different views on it, and there's no right or wrong thing for this, but traditionally, a lot of people in the finance community, the budgeting community, recommends a HYSA account, which is a high yield savings account. And traditionally, those do give you a bigger return on your savings, so the interest that you earn. We did not know online banks exist until maybe like 2 to 4 years ago. And then, of course, now we use it. But to know that these percentages at that time, and even now, I think there's a bunch that are over 3%. Are there, and they're just as convenient as normal banks, and the only thing is that they're housed online. And so once we moved our money over, I remember that there was a time during COVID that the interest rates definitely went down, but they have all backed up. And so just seeing like where our direct deposit is housed versus our savings and seeing the difference of the interest rates between them is absolutely insane. And so even though it's not a lot, you still want your money to work for you. And so that is another money mistake that we made of where it was housed. So just to do a quick recap, our 5 money mistakes is keeping up with the Joneses. You guys, that one has cost us thousands and like absolutely ridiculous. Like we got a cotton candy machine. Why did we need a cotton candy machine? We didn't. We got one because a family member got one. It was like, it's just those purchases of like, well, this person has it and I work as hard as them or if not harder, so I deserve it too. It's that I deserve mentality that had to have been swapped off to be us to reach our goals. The next one is not budgeting and just splurging when we got paid and not giving our money a place to go, a name where it should go, and just really not being intentional and trying to have fun and then take care of business later. And we had to have flop that switch. Number 3, not setting obtainable goals. You guys, this is the biggest one. Even today, I still kind of struggle with. It's amazing to want to reach for the stars, but it's also important to give yourself a realistic time frame, right? If you don't have the means to do it within 6 months, a year, that's okay. Add on a time frame that you know you're going to be able to do to help keep you motivated and determined along the way. The 4th one is not using all your employer benefits, you guys. That's what it's there for. Utilize them, get whatever you need. If you have an employer match for retirement and you're able to contribute to that, that's wonderful. If your company offers any discounts in your community, definitely use that. And then our last one personally is where our money was housed at and moving it into a high yield savings account. So those are the money mistakes that we made and what we did to switch those mistakes. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button for more content. As always, in the comments, let me know, what was your money mistakes? Is there anything that you guys did and a background story of what made you switch it? I'm always interested in hearing about them. I think it's really interesting how money kind of changes and affects and determines how we view life and view things. I think it's really interesting. So that's going to be it for this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.